Does anyone want to do an intro while we're waiting?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Go on then.
Hello. I'm Jimmy No Eyes.
Previously on the Danger Club podcast.
We are going to look up the key, okay?
There is a key shop next to the key shop.
I go into the key shop.
There is little I do not know about keys.
Where does it come from?
I don't know. It's a key. Nobody writes their address on a key. That's a stupid question.
What kind of keys do you want?
If you can prove to them that you are worthy of speaking with, perhaps you will.
We are here to help.
They're all right. They're all right. They're all right.
The adventure continues now.
Beautiful. We're rolling.
Quality, good stuff.
For realsies.
How's everybody feeling today?
Ooh, you know.
Ooh.
Ooh, sounds like everyone's feeling ooh.
Hey, it's good to see you in my house again, guys.
Oh,
It's great to be here, mate.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's really
lovely.
nice to... Sorry, what was that? You broke up.
You're looking a little bit flat.
Yeah, I know. It's
Yeah,
weird, isn't it? Yeah, I
it's
don't know
like
what's going on
your
with
nose doesn't really. It's not popping, and your mouth's not really popping. In fact, I can't even see your mouth, man.
Wait,
where are you?
Drum, I can see...
Drum, take that hood off.
Drum, I can see... This is a different room than my house. What are you doing there?
Well, I'm actually in my room.
Guys, you're not...
Yeah.
You're not in my house.
No, I'm not in your house.
No.
Not in your
What's
house.
going on?
Sad.
I know.
I'm sorry, mate. I'm sorry. We were going to tell you, but we thought we'd just do the big electronic house instead.
Right. Okay, that makes sense now. So yeah, we're not in the studio this week, are we?
You were talking
we
to
are
us
not.
on our phones the entire time. You thought we were there, but we were just our phones the entire time, Colin.
Oh my God,
It's
I've got to
amazing
stop
what
taking all that
technology can do.
acid. It's like, it's really coming down on me.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
It's the CBD beers.
CBD beers, baby.
Call back.
Hey-oh.
In retrospect, it's probably a very bloody good thing that we're not at your house, Colin.
Oh yeah, what is that?
Yeah, why, Scott?
We've got coronavirus.
Oh no!
Infected. No, infected.
I was there. Yeah.
Bro, so you had to isolate. How long have you been isolating for?
As long as it takes me to hand make my plague doctor mask and stuff it with posies. As long as it takes me to get a bell and ring it around my house, proclaiming to everyone to bring out their dead. I genuinely said to my surviving housemates that I've got a kazoo, and wouldn't it be useful or more efficient if I just like tooted that before I left my room so they knew where I was. Which I'm still sort of tempted to do.
Give them a lifelong fear of kazoos there.
And by blowing the kazoo, you're shooting all the corona around the place, man. You're literally
inside my room. I'm keeping it into Plague Hub.
It's basically like a Corona blowpipe that just plays an amusing tune.
The Corona blowpipe is like I think that's a level 8 weapon you can get. I'm pretty sure it's radiant
definitely
energy.
the title of my next album, I think, the one about lockdown, Corona blowpipe.
Yeah. Why don't the government make this a big thing? Why don't everyone that's got corona can't they walk around with kazoos? It's blah, 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 you know what I mean?
Not a wind instrument. I really wanted it to be a bell. Then you wouldn't pass anything on. But,
true.
They probably could, but I've got a question. Where's Dan?
What?
What do you mean, where's Dan?
Hey, there he is.
Are we? It's because we don't normally do the kind of hello. Now, like in the last few episodes, we know the hello everyone hasn't come in until the 5-minute mark. So I just kind of zone out for the first 10 minutes while you guys catch up on your week and then actually start the show.
So you're usually just sort of, prepping stuff. You haven't finished writing stuff by the time we start this record. You're going like,
Yeah,
well,
I'm
we've got
sort of
plenty of
here,
time. They'll
but
be
not
fucking
here.
around. Like,
I mean, we're listening to these old episodes of Danger Recall, and at the moment, in the mid-40s in Danger Recall, like the old episodes, we say hello everyone within the first 20 seconds.
That's how a show is meant to start. Yes.
No way, man. No, we're breaking the rules. Yeah, we're taking the rule book.
We've got to have our 10 minutes. Then we've got to have another 3 minutes of making jokes about how we went over 10 minutes. Then we've got to have 2 minutes of Colin apologising for everyone we insulted in the first 10 minutes. Then we have a recap of the episode, and then around the 15-20 minute mark, we actually start playing the game. That's how we roll on this show. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Danger Club podcast.
Hey! You're a bit early there, though, Dan. You're a bit early, mate.
That was, you're a bit early there. And I do get
still got
rather
another 5
uncomfortable
minutes.
when the pattern is broken. I'm getting the shakes.
That means this episode is going all over the place.
corona.
Yeah, sorry, Ross. I didn't mean to talk
It is.
What? Huh? No, it's okay, mate. You carry on.
No, we're back to Zoom recording. So, we're all going to talk over each other and go, sorry.
No, even when we were in the studio, we still talked over each other because we were just that excited to be in the room with each other. So it just doesn't ever change.
Yeah,
but it's fine.
We should probably apologise for the first 2 episodes we recorded in person because we all just talked over each other like la 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 la.
I tell you what you don't get on Zoom, because you get crosstalk anywhere because it's us. But what you get in the room, which we haven't got on these, is you don't have multiple conversations happening about different things. Like, you listen to some of the last few episodes, there have been bits where there's the episode happening, then there are 2 other voices just being like, no, that spell doesn't do this, it does something like that. It's just just into the mics having a conversation about something completely different. And it's oh, good.
Easter eggs.
Well, they're Easter eggs, and I'm going to lay the blame for that solely at the door of Colin, because he's trained us so well to keep talking into our mics, even when we've got something unrelated to say. It's just got to be into the mic. So yeah, come at me, Colin.
You should see what happens when I put these. You should see what happens when I put these episodes through closed captioning. It's just like, nah. It just gives you a string of letters.
Just like that emoji with the hands up going, what the fuck?
I don't know. So I was thinking this week, you got a lot of friends right now. You got a lot of you've been in Kibwe for, I think it is 11 or 12 episodes now we've been playing the Slithering.
Wow.
That's how long you guys have been in town. And so you've got a big list of people that you know, people that you've met. I know, Drummond, I know that you have a big list of some of them. Mm-hmm. Do you have it to hand? Do we want to run through some of the people that you know in Kibwe?
You know what? You've caught me because
I've put you. I tell you what, I've put you on the spot,
and I don't have my list to hand. My writing down list. I don't have it, man.
Okay, I have got the names. I've got the names of all of the prominent NPCs that
can I try and guess at some of them?
Yeah, try and guess who they are and what they do.
Okay, well, now hold on. Because
maybe I'll put a little bit of game show music under this or something.
Nice.
If that doesn't happen, right. Dangerlings, it's because I am lazy.
I've got my Corona blowpipe. I could probably...
Yeah. Okay, so I know that we've got. So I'm going to talk about my close peeps first. So obviously there's Philippe and then Philop. Who's on his shoulder, right? That's the other monkey.
Okay, I'm not counting members of your party as people you've met in Kibwe, although you did meet Philop on the road.
Yeah, Philop is new, so I'm just saying, and
Bolton, also Velda.
There's a woman, like administrator woman called. And also there is another person who was related to that scene that I can't remember but I think they were probably called and also I think that we met. You know what this is? I don't remember.
Okay.
I don't remember.
To be fair, in that one scene that we went in, we saw Munmei for about 30 seconds max. Whilst having a conversation with a mother and her parent, a mother and a child who was trying to stab people. There were a lot of things going on there, to be fair.
Wasn't the trader Gigglesworth or something, or Laugh?
Oh, Laughs Along.
And he laughs long.
Laughs Along, yeah.
Laughs long.
He's dead now, so that's completely useless. That contact.
Good one, you remembered that one.
Away from that.
He didn't remember it.
Yes, Councilwoman Abayoni Munmei.
She
is a she's someone you have met. She is she's a member of the Representative Council for the Zenge people, and she hired you to look into the Slithering. She's the person she's the person paying your wages, so she's worth remembering where she lives and who she is. The person who is associated with her, I'm not entirely sure.
Please tell me who the associate is.
I don't know, Drum.
Oh my God!
The other people in the room with you.
Yeah.
When you were having that conversation. Well, there was Philippe and Philop.
Hold on. There was the nice lady who helped us out and took us back to her grandma's house or her mum's house. Grandma Boots. It's Grandma Boots.
You are talking about Nikita.
Yeah.
The Kiliche elf. Who lives in the backyard block. She took you back to her house. Right. She introduced you to her mother, Leah Jenny, played by Nichelle Nichols.
Who is that?
And she's the only stunt casting in this series. We had
who's Nichelle Nicole?
She played Uhura in the original Star Trek.
You could have just said Uhura from the original Star Trek.
Hey, look, no, I'm done with actually saying.
Stu Jackson will be like,
I know that.
Actually, I take it back. I'm sorry, Stu.
The credit. That's the takeaway from this week's episode. Don't credit your actors. Only say the name of the character that they play.
That defines them. Yeah.
You are that person only.
Oh my goodness!
I think if they're performing in this,
we did meet a terrifying doctor who was very nice.
Yeah,
Dr.
Legs.
Dr. Legs. Yeah.
Who used to be in EastEnders.
Oh yeah.
Casting.
Callback.
Dr. Legs, who is an Anadi. That I got the physical description of correct, if so long as she has specific feats, because the Mwangi Expanse book hadn't come out at the time that we recorded that episode, and I've got my review copy now, and I checked it, and I was like, phew, okay, she just about scans.
She can have legs or feet. She can have legs or feet.
She does have specific feets. There's
we were trying to do a joke at the same time.
Oh, beautiful. So yes, she is a doctor working in the Bwamdu camp. And she gave you some information. She had the patient 0, perhaps, of the Slithering. She had one of the first cases of it, who was a woman named Matala.
Matala, yeah.
Yes, and she was wondering about, wasn't she from our caravan?
Yes.
Yes, she was.
And she was found delirious in the street. And,
so basically, this episode is us just trying to recall what happened in the last episode for like 15 minutes. We're just going along, going, that person happened, and then we did that.
And that's where we leave it for tonight.
So apologies to any Dangerlings who are literally shouting at this guy, being like, for God's sake. But this is quite important because we're on something of a whodunit, aren't we? We're on a quest. We're on a mission.
Yeah. To be fair, Ross, you need this of all people. I literally off air went, what happened? And we're trying to rename the pieces. You just literally went, you of all people need to know this.
I do that on my own social games that I write, so don't worry about it. I asked you what happened because I can't remember.
I'm well aware.
Like, I'm not like giving you these extra prompts because we spent last episode in a quiche shop. I'm not. That's not the only reason.
We spent the last episode in a quiche shop.
Yeah, we went from the quiche shop to a quiche shop, remember?
There was a quiche shop and a quiche shop.
Yeah. And me and you were ahead, and then you and Karagor fell out for like a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
He was trying to follow you, and you were like, don't follow me, and then he followed you.
I was in a stray.
That must be the first time that's ever happened. There's never got to be a quiche shop in a...
Hey, look,
in an RPG podcast, man, that definitely hasn't happened before.
Dan, have you checked in the book yet to see if Kidway is actually a hub of quiche trade?
It's a hub of culinary delights, and as we know, there's nothing you want to eat more in a tropical climate than
than pastry and egg.
Pastry and egg.
You can have cold quiche, all right?
Just to let you know.
Why would you have cold quiche, James? Why do you hate it?
Because it's hot.
Oh, I can't imagine anything.
You can't have hot quiche in the tropics. It's always cold quiche in the tropics. Come on.
It's just like solidified vomit going back down your throat. Like, why
is this continuing Scott's anti-egg rant? I mean, you were against eggs and now you're sick. So there we go.
Was I on TNT? No. How dare you? I love eggs. I love eggs done properly. When they are just boiled and eaten with your bare hands.
No, and you said sandwiches, egg mayonnaise sandwiches. You didn't?
Yeah, a fried egg sandwich done properly with decent bread, decent butter, and a decent dressing.
And now you hate quiche, which can have all manner of ingredients with it. When do you like it?
Do you know I've got a complex relationship with eggs, Jake?
Eggs
Clearly, I found that out.
Eggs on Scott's terms.
Conditional eggs.
Just to let you know, Dangerlings, we are going to bring out a Kickstarter, and it's a quiche source book where you can just have any quiche-like shops you can put them in your own games.
That's a weird book choice, Ross. Quiches don't usually come with sauces.
And we're back in the room.
Yeah, a little fact about quiche just before we move on.
Oh, for goodness sake.
Of course you got a fact about quiche.
During the 1900s, quiche was often considered to be a food avoided by, in quotes, real men, as it often contained only small quantities of meat.
You're not a real man.
You're not a real...
Well, that persevered right the way through into the 20th century, didn't it? I remember being a kid and people being like, call it quiche.
Really? Who said that?
Really? Yeah, quiche used to be seen as a sort of a weak... a sort of food.
That's true.
James was a child in the Victorian.
I was. Yes, it's true. Yes, when I say 20th century, I mean the 10s. So,
this is going to spark a massive
quiche,
debate.
I hate this conversation. I hate all of us for being involved in it. Let's have a look at some of the other characters that we have met along our way.
Oh, we still on the characters?
Major Wendell. I'm trying to get us to the episode. Major Wendell Ruffles.
I remember Ruffles.
Yeah. He was nice to us in the pub. He stopped us getting beaten up. He's almost too nice. He's a priest of Caden Killian, but he comes across a bit colonial, so I'm not trying to trust him in the long run.
He runs a temple. He runs the temple bar down on the Walk of Shrines, Temple of Caden Killian. You also have met Musfad al-Hadin. He was the envoy from Nex. He didn't like you very much. You met Shem and Addis. They work at the Rose Gentle End, where you are staying. You met Ollie Tabuja, or was it Ollie Tabuga? Who knows? Who knows how that name is meant to be spelt? You met Libby, who was a mule driver. You met Ratigan Squeaks, the locksmith who you threatened. You met Chef Lorraine, the goblin. Let's try and forget about Chef Lorraine, though. I'm not entirely sure how much canon Chef Lorraine is. And you met Bartsulan, who you have just defeated in a debate in Adienki Pavilion in front of all of his followers. You successfly convinced them that indeed outsiders were of value to Kibwe and that they had something to offer the Moing Expanse. And currently all of his followers are just chanting, "They're all right, they're all right," as Bubba, in his long-nosed Tengu form, leads them in a chant.
A long-nosed human form.
Long-nosed human, yeah. So you're like a human with a really long nose, but you're the same height, aren't you? So you're really short.
I'm exactly the same. Yeah. I'm like 4'3", and I look like a bird, but it's all human skin, basically.
Are you sort of Cyrano de Bubbarak?
Yeah,
Sweet.
exactly that. All right, so just on that note, Bubba would like to, as everyone's chanting, just kind of slip out the back of the crowd, slip down an alleyway, and like a bad version of Superman, just change back into his bird-like form.
Yeah, I'm just going to watch the film where Henry Cavill disguises himself as a bird person.
We all know about bird person. Everyone knows about bird person.
Yeah.
We all know about bird person.
Everyone knows about that.
Your transformation, is it like sort of American Werewolf in London style, like, right, because the feathers coming out and the beak splitting in, and
no one's going to notice. No one's going to notice.
So you go off into the alleyway,
into the phone booth,
and you transform. Like, kind of, how does it look when Bubba transforms back into his self? Is it sort of a magical flick of the wrist? Is it like a horrible transformation?
It's like there's a camera on the other side of the alleyway, and he kind of looks both ways and then looks into the camera, winks, and then spins round like the mask and just goes and then smiles.
Very nice.
Wow.
As you spin back around, there is an enormous hairy spider in the alleyway who is just rearing up onto its back legs and just cracking and transforming until it forms into a human shape of a man you've not seen, who just sort of sees you there, and then he just looks at you and goes, "We never fucking saw each other."
You got that right, mate.
Turns and walks out the other end of the alleyway.
Cool, I love it. I hope we see him. I hope we see him later, and we just like clock eyes, like over a bar or something.
Alley guy.
Yeah.
You've always got this shared secret. You go back out to where the others are. So Barzulan has Barzulan is kind of looking annoyed at you as his followers chant. Carry on chanting. They're all right. And he kind of looks around at all of them and then scowls at the rest of you.
Velda sort of puts his fist up in the air. It's like, yeah, yes. And then leans over towards Batsalan and says, so we've defeated you in a debate. I believe you agreed to answer some questions. Should we step out the back? Just speak loud.
Barzulan does not recognize this. You cheated in this. These are not. He goes back to his followers. Says, these are not true spokespeople. They used cheap tricks. You were impressed by their card play.
Excuse me, Batsulan, if that is your real name. I think that we run fair and square, and if you do not give up the answers that we want, then we shall beat you even further with different ways. Yeah.
Yeah, and failing that, we'll just tell all your followers what you just said about them.
Hey, you just did that literally right in front of him almost, so...
The followers, you notice a load of the followers have taken off their shoes and are holding them in the air. Barzulan looks at it and goes, "By Walenka, you would take off your shoes at me?" And they all gesture their shoes at him. He goes, "Fine, I will speak with them. Put your shoes back on."
The shoes have power here.
Holding up shoes is an indication that you are intending to leave the pavilion. It signifies that the speaker has bored you, and that you are going to put your shoes back on.
Aragorn just looks over at Fulton and smiles.
Oh.
You not going to try selling any shoe cheese round here, then, are you, Fulton? As soon as you try and sell it, you'd have to leave, won't you?
Come out. Hey, I'll have to create a new cheese.
Don't encourage him this way, please. I beg you.
The fact is, I haven't seen any of this cheese in so long. I can only imagine it is vile.
Do you want to see it, Velda?
No,
don't take your shoe off.
Pulling off his boot.
You got to commit to leaving, don't you?
Oh, okay.
I don't know, Fulton, it sounds like a really good marketing campaign, actually. You could come out with like new shoe cheese, and then everyone will dislike it, and they'll want the classic cheese, and they'll be like, we want classic shoe cheese, and then you can up the price and everything. It'd be brilliant.
I've run out of body orifices to store my places, so...
Maybe...
Barzulan says, "Then you are unimaginative, dwarf." Barzulan would find many more orifices.
Well, maybe we should go into business together.
But I feel like we've gone onto the wrong track somehow here.
Yes, now I just want to... This is definitely not what we want to ask you questions about. Entering into a highly...
Barzulan promised he would give you useful information. He has given you useful information.
Also, I mean, is a shoe an orifice? I'm not sure.
I mean, I think given how long he's been wearing them, yes, it probably is by now.
The people that have taken their shoes off, how many of them, and Caragor goes quietly, how many of them have gotten sick lately?
He looks over and says, "Very well, come." And he kind of gestures a little way away from his congregation. He says, "Some of my followers, some of my acolytes did become sick about 2 days ago. None of these have shown symptoms. But 5 of my congregation, they found some girl in the street. She had collapsed. They took her to the Wandu camp to be treated. And a couple of days after that, they became sick."
Was the girl's name Matala?
I do not know her name. I was not there.
Did they say if she was local or from elsewhere?
No, they did not know her, but that does not mean that she was not local. It is a big
Your
city.
followers who got sick, what's happened to them since?
I was careful. I have a warehouse in the miners' camp. I've quarantined them there until that they are better, so that they do not pass whatever they are carrying back to our own people.
Have you checked on them recently?
Do they have a doctor?
I have. The doctor is very busy, but I'm planning to send her there tomorrow.
Yeah, so you just left them there.
That's
They have
what
food and
quarantine
water.
is. But
Yes.
Sounds rubbish.
yeah, I can only imagine, Fulton. I personally can only imagine what that's like.
I have to say, Batsulab, we may have disagreed, but I wholeheartedly agree with your course of
Apart
action in
from,
this case.
all right.
The best thing you could have done.
Don't rush to lick his boots
What?
already.
You
Quick,
should
jeez.
isolate.
So, because he's about
Right,
to
no,
send
I
Dr.
do
Licks
know.
to a death. Don't tell the doctor to go into the mine, to the quarry, wherever it is that you quarantined him. Sorry.
You cannot take my boots. My boots are over there, for I have not held them up to show that I am leaving yet. When I held them up, you may lick them.
No.
Because as we know that if they've changed, quietly Caragor says to everyone else, then that place is like a death trap now for any doctor who goes in there by themselves. Unless they haven't changed, and maybe they haven't changed. Maybe that's great.
Maybe we need like a slogan for people in this city to stop them from catching this terrible, terrible disease.
They seem
like a three words, like after one another.
Yes. I understand.
I don't know.
How does it get passed around the most? What is it that is it like airborne, or is it like spittle, or is it like you have to have sexy time?
Fortunately, none of us know the answer to that question yet, so none of us can come up with a quirky 3-word satirical bit just yet.
Yeah, it's impossible. Okay, never mind.
Anyway, so question is, do we go see these people, try and extract information out? But we can at least look in through a window, see if they're slimes or not.
Yeah, I think it's a good idea.
Yes.
Check on them.
It's a good idea.
But if they're not slimes, we'll go talk to them. We'll
What?
carry the risk of catching it.
Are there windows?
Out of character, did we learn that it was just humans that were getting it, or anything, or...
I believe
Was
it
it-
was just humans who are catching
And
it,
it-
yeah.
Okay, cool.
Dan, is that right? Do you want to do a recall knowledge?
Yeah, give us a give us a society check to see.
Society check. Right, just one moment. Let's get my get my die out. I'm rolling on my computer. Oh,
What about your amazing level up dice, James?
Oh, my main level up dice. They are good, but I was worried about making noise.
But I'm sure we all agreed that
Making
dice
noise.
noise is
podcast.
okay.
What do you-
Didn't we say that?
What do you mean making noise?
Is dice okay?
We've been doing that for
course it
years.
Colin, if you could just add in post some dice rolling noise.
Yeah, you can get some really
And-
good dice noises.
Yeah,
that'd be great.
Now. Oh, look at that. I rolled an 18. And with my society score, that's 30.
Very good.
Nice.
The only cases you have heard of so far.
It wouldn't help us in this case because I'm sure Batsalan's followers are pretty much all human, aren't they?
Yeah, but none of us.
Well,
are
we
humans,
can...
are
Well,
we?
that means we...
That's good.
Exactly, so we can go
But we
inside
don't
and
know
talk to
this
the
for
people...
sure. This is just a theory that we are working on,
Yeah, we don't know we're immune. Caragor coughs again a little bit. And
I'm
you're a bloody
immune.
pain is what
I'm
you are.
immune.
We can go like speak to them through a door or a visor or something like that. Something of a safe distance, maybe. Come on.
Aye.
Maybe
I'll
through a
go
door
in
to
and
the
I'll
outside.
speak
We'll
to...
speak to them through a door. What did I just say, Fulton?
Oh, what do we do? We could
Nope.
get a string and a cup and then throw the cup inside and we can talk to them via the cup.
How would that work?
You know, you talk into it
At
and
no
then
point
they
did you
can
say
hear
you
what you're
attached the
saying
string to
on
the other cup.
side
You just
of the
lobbed a cup into a room.
with a bit of string on it. I mean,
Yeah.
what's the point in that?
You speak
I
into the
suppose that
string.
they say something into the cup, then you pull the cup back and you put it to your ear, and the words are trapped in the cup.
Like a seashell.
Well, that's not how
Yeah, like a
sound
seashell.
works.
Yeah, but probably the germs as well. So the germs will go in your ear as well as the words that they said. So you'll get infected ear.
So you've made... Yes, you
Fulton
made
is-
sort of like an
is-
infection
yeah.
cup.
Is this like
Hey.
it's like a kind of magic? Is this magic that you know and we didn't know you were magical?
No, it's just a cup on
It is
string.
magic.
Well, I've never.
It is magic. It's whole person except it's being cast against the group. Come on, let's go.
For Batsulan, is there anything else you can tell us that might be of any use, bearing in mind that your congregation might be in danger?
Batsulan can tell you many things that are of great use, such as you should care for your own and reject the influence of outsiders.
That's not useful. It's bullshit.
I think we've disagreed quite profoundly on that one already, but...
you like
How
debating.
dare you debate me? Roll for...
Stop that. Put that down.
He rolls for debate initiative by himself and just sort of stands there in a ready stance as none of the rest of you roll.
Well, see you later.
Right, I suppose, yes, we'll go to your warehouse. Do we have your permission to burn it down if they've all turned to blobs?
What? Do not burn down my warehouse. Do you want to know where it is?
I assumed you told us, my
That's
bad.
our next question.
I assume you just put it on the map.
Yeah, I got a
That's what we were
notification for a
talking
secondary quest coming up on my map, so...
No, I am very wary about handling objects from other people at the moment. There's an illness going around, don't you know?
Oh, is there really? Is there?
There's if you look to the south where that great belching column of smoke is in the middle of the town, that is the smelter at the heart of the miners' camp. My warehouse is just beyond that. It is the second one along once you get beyond the smelter.
Right, second one beyond the smelter.
Indeed.
Very well. Would you like
when you see my followers, say hello to them for me and tell them I will send a doctor for them soon.
Right.
Okay.
Do you want us to come back and give you a report?
I am going to bed soon, but I will be back here tomorrow evening.
Right.
Come and find me then if you wish to.
Right.
Bye.
All right, we'll let you know. See
Yeah, see
you
you
later.
later, Batsulan.
He curtly nods to you and then goes back to his followers and starts a different. He starts playing a sort of a more of a feel good. You know, he does a kind of whole world's in his hands, clap along to get him back on side, play the hits.
Yeah.
Fair.
As we walk there, Fulton just goes to Caragor. I'm worried. I bet we go in there and then we're going to have to fight all these
Which
blob
is why
monsters.
we're not going to go in there.
Yeah. We're not going in anywhere.
But is it going to have windows where we can just look through?
Well,
I feel that's too easy. That somebody might stop that from happening by, not including windows.
What, you
in
mean
the
that if you
description
sort of
the
describe a
place?
good idea, then all of a sudden it magically becomes unavailable a few steps later on?
Oh, no. Oh, dear, I've done the wrong thing. No, there's no windows whatsoever. There's got to be
it's
no
fine.
windows.
I'm sure we'll find some way of
I
conveying
mean-
sound through a bit of wood, perhaps. Besides, it might be very apparent to us that they're either all dead or all slimes already, in which case we don't even have to have a conversation.
Yeah.
Yes,
That's
true.
true.
And of course, if there are windows, then there's a high chance that the blobs might have escaped, which wouldn't be very good at all.
I guess we've got no idea until we
Sure,
get there.
this is the Forest of Shadows, so let's not fucking do it, okay?
Is this where the Forest of Shadows is?
Yeah!
I always wanted to go to the Forest of Shadows.
Yes,
Is there like monster slaying options there?
That's the fourth one beyond the smelter, I think. Yes,
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
Everybody does it. You were meant to hang a left right before you hit the smelter, and you've just got to hang a right, and you end up in the Forest of Shadows.
Thank you,
sorry.
Shadow.
Do you want to buy a T-shirt?
Shadow.
while
Yeah,
you're here?
I'll take a t-shirt. Yeah, I don't want to say that I wasn't
Okay,
here,
there you go. Here you go. Here's I went to the Forest of Shadows T-shirt.
We only got them in small and far.
Okay. Well, I guess I'll take a 4XL so I can, wear it all sloppy and stuff, okay?
That's hot.
Good
That's what I
bedtime
thought,
T-shirt.
off the shoulder. Okay.
It's kind of cool. You could put a little belt around that.
T-shirt.
Yeah, maybe even use it like a
Yeah,
dress
it's-
or something. It's cool.
Yeah.
Okay, you have a good
Bye.
day now. Chef Lorraine got back in the show.
Wait, what's your name?
Chef Lorraine of Shadow runs off into the Shadow Forest, which is
Smell
like
that.
a park. It's like a tiny little municipal park in the middle of town.
Carragher, smell that. Smell that smelt. Ah, there's nothing like the smell of smelt in the morning.
Oh, that's
Hey.
right, Fulton. You used to be a blacksmith, didn't you?
Aye, doing some backstory shit now.
That's it.
Yeah. Done with the character shit. You're on to the backstory shit.
I hate to interrupt this shit, but it's the evening, so why do you think it smells like smelting in the morning?
Because there's always smelting to be done. In the morning, in the afternoon, you're smelting all the day. But when it gets to the evening, you doubly smelt that hay.
Wow, do you know, this is the first time that I've smelt. It's good.
Yes.
I know.
How is smelt spelt?
How's smelt spelt?
Smee?
LT? I don't remember.
Smelt?
Esme Mielti. Wasn't that an elven god?
Yeah, smelty. Smell, S-M-L-E-T.
Fulton, why does it smell like smelting in the morning where you blacksmith you underground? How did you tell the passage of day and that stuff like that?
Because some of the dwarves often bored holes deep above us so we could see the glint of the sun in the morning at that specific hole tunneling thing.
Well, like some of you lived under entire mountains. You'd have to bore a tiny pinprick hole through a mountain.
Well, what we did is we sent little tiny gophers that we found burrowing in the sides of the cliffs.
Gophers.
Hey,
rock
mountain gophers.
And what would you call these holes? Was they morning holes so that you could see the morning? Was it glorious? Was it morning glory holes?
I know, yes. Sort of morning glory hole, yes, that's it, yes.
And what we do is we send them up, and then we put a little hat on them with a little spike on it, and then we push them up the hole with a stick.
Fulton, how do mountain gophers normally get through rock without having a little spiky hat on? Fulton, are you right there? There's a bit of smelt getting stuck in the back of your throat.
I don't really know, to be honest. They don't really. Well, they don't burr through, but that's the only thing.
You were never a part of the clockmaker's corps, were you?
Did your brothers tell you this story when you were young?
Yeah, I never saw the holes, and I never saw the gophers.
Or the morning. You never
but
saw
they
the
told
morning.
me.
You never saw
so
the
you
morning?
just relied on your family being like, "Good morning, Fulton. Good evening, Fulton."
Hey, I didn't know what I meant.
I like the idea that this is like a dwarven propaganda film to explain the quest for Sky. That they didn't accidentally drive all of the orcs to the surface and cause the fall of their kingdom. It was all gophers.
Yeah, those pesky mountain gophers.
Doing little dances like in Caddyshack.
Yeah.
When they get to the top.
To be fair, the gopher poking story is almost as silly as a genuine story I heard about, and it wouldn't be necessarily yours, Shania, but a story I heard about Drow, who, in order to tell what time of day it was, one major city had a wizard set fire to a rock. And that rock would, magically, honestly, that rock, some guy would come over, magic it, like at the start of the day, and then the fire would slowly go across the rock, telling you what time of the day it was.
Wow. Why can't you do something like that, Velda?
Yeah, go on, Velda.
Sure,
Only set fire to a time rock.
Yeah.
I'm not setting fire to any rocks, especially not my own.
You're not going to get your...
you'd rather bring it back from the death and make it a weird automatus rock thing.
Automatus?
And you'd...
Automatus rock
Just get
thing.
your rocks off. Come on, Velda, get
Sure,
your rocks off.
wasn't that a wrestler?
Automatus rock thing.
Automatus rock thing versus the rock gopher.
Anyway, we're here now.
Victorian engineer. Oh, thank goodness.
Can you smelt
Oh, well, this was
rock
fascinating.
smelting? Mmm.
Yes. Well, I tell you what, I'll look into it. Making you a flaming time.
Oh, look, we're here.
Do it.
We're here. Doesn't talking
What
make
do we
the time
see?
fly?
Oh, right. So you go past a huge smelter that is still working around the clock. There, you can see people wheeling in about cartloads of ore into this large facility. The heat around it is oppressive, even though it's nice and cool now that the sun has set. However, the heat around here is very fierce. You go around and past it. There are quite a lot of guards around it, as you might expect at a sort of industrial facility, but that's fine because you're not going into it. You skirt around them, you go past the first warehouse, and you come upon another warehouse. You see it does have a sign on it saying "Property of Batulan." near the door. You do a quick lap around it. It's a fairly big building, big wooden building. It has one door in it. It has a couple of windows, but they have curtains on the inside that are pulled closed.
Do we knock on the window?
I was going to say, yeah, maybe knock on the window, ask
But
them to
if
open up the
it's
curtains.
like a slime thing, will the slime not just go or up to the window and
maybe.
like
Well,
burn through it?
we could use a window tapping stick or something
All
like
right,
that.
let me see if there's any like cracks like in the curtains. Can I do a perception to see if there's any cracks in the curtains?
Yeah, go give us a perception.
Okay, that is a 15.
A 15. It's very dark inside, and you can't see very much.
How-
the crack in the curtains?
How thick is the wood around the building?
I mean, you could only see one side of it, so it's quite hard to know the
Okay.
actual thickness of it from the outside of it. I mean,
It
looks
doesn't
fairly
look like-
sturdily built.
Okay, yeah, it's not like a thin piece of wood.
No, there's not
that
like
you could
holes
just-
in it, or you know,
Okay.
it looks pretty solid.
Well, yeah, I can't see much from these windows, mate, and yeah.
What about on the roof? Maybe there's like some way
Okay,
to
I
get
could-
on the roof.
Maybe some
I
morning
could-
glory holes.
I could do a climb up there with my spider. What?
Whoa, wait. I thought,
What?
Shania, I thought we'd be on
What do you
this
mean?
now. Just every time Fulton says an absolutely insane plan, you go, oh, I'll find a way to accommodate that. And what are we going to see on the roof of a building that is access
I
from the
don't
ground
know.
floor that we're not
A
going to see
fucking chimney?
on the ground?
Shania's her own person, man.
The chimney?
Let
Are
them do
there
what they want.
chimneys? There are chimneys, yeah. You can go down a.
Yeah, and then you're going to have to go down a chimney to get inside it. And
Might-
then
It might be a roof hatch.
Yeah, there might be a skylight.
You know, like.
Yes.
just knock on the window before we go into a nest of slimes.
Yeah, but the slimes might hear us and might just all pile out.
You don't have to go into the roof. Just have a
What
look.
is the roof thing? We got on a roof. One of you is going to fall off, okay? One of you is going to fall off,
No,
okay? One of you is going to fall down into nest of slimes, okay? And the other one is going to like slide off the side and run around being like, oh no. One of the slide off, one is going down the side. I'll summon 18,000 snails to solve the situation, okay?
Roll the dice. Roll the dice, Caragor. Come on, you got
What
like.
dice? You and your dice, Bobber. No, listen.
No, I just think-
Caragor just knocks on a window. Hello.
I wondered when you were going to do it. We were just
There
standing
is-
arguing by the window.
Yeah, right,
just-
Yeah, for argument aside, then you knock on the window. There's no reply from inside.
Right, everyone on the roof. Here we go.
Well, the thing is, I do agree, it would be extremely dangerous if there's potentially 5 blobs in there. But if there's a way to just sort of cut a little hole or something that you can have a look, Shania, rather than going out actually in there.
You can do that
But
from the
wouldn't it
ground.
be safer
Yeah, but then the
from
blob
up the
might come
top?
out.
The slime's not going to go up into the roof, you know?
What makes you think they can't? What makes you think the blobs, who are just viscous ooze, can't just
I don't
slime
know.
their way
I
up
mean,
the
from
walls
what
and
I've
out
seen,
top
they just
buildings?
like slide on the
before.
floor and shit, you know?
We only met one in a market. It has got a roof.
What, have you seen any slime climb walls?
Just because I can't prove that they can't doesn't mean they can't. You know what I'm saying?
But if we debate about this, then there's no proof that they can't do that.
Don't you Schrodinger's ooze me.
Well, I was just I was going to show you my tarot cards. You see, it worked quite well earlier, and if I read your
I was going to
tarot,
say, I was maybe going to roll a debate thing.
Ooh,
just
I see a roof in Shania's future. Ooh, it's the roof card.
Come on, we've done dungeons. I'm gonna have a little check inspecting of the main door, and then one of you's gonna detect magic. We're gonna do that.
Okay,
at
I
least
can do
that.
the magic. Do you want me to detect the magic thing?
Bobber detects magic.
You sly fox. I mean,
Hey, Shania.
Oh, you detect no magic.
There's no magic here, mate.
What is it to do the equivalent of like
Detect
oh,
Bob.
thievery?
It's perception to notice things.
Okay. On the main door.
Okay.
I mean,
Oh, it's very, very high. 31.
31. Okay. I mean, it's not trapped. It is locked, but the lock does not look particularly sturdy.
Can I, Velda would like to just peek into the window and just sort of cast light and sort of hold it up and just see if you can do anything with a 19 perception. Is there any?
Okay. You cast light into it. You see the corner of the end of a bed, like a cheap cot. You managed to put the light onto that. That's about all you can see through the
Bubba,
little
Bubba,
What?
why don't you use your mage hand to move the curtain?
Yeah, I suppose I could try that, actually.
I could do that.
Well,
I'd like to cast Mage Hand to move the curtain.
Damn it!
Using my little shriveled hand, which I've still got around my neck.
Felda, you little...
I don't know. They did the detect magic thing, so...
Yeah, no, it's funny, isn't it, when you steal a spell?
It is. Well, I wouldn't say steal. I mean, I just said...
No, you stole my spell and I'm never going to forget it.
Oh,
My brother looks down his nose.
you're such a kidder,
Necromancer.
aren't you?
I'm only messing around.
Oh, good, because I was a bit worried then, actually. You had a certain look in, yes. Well, I'm glad. I'm still trying to get over seeing your...
One of you explain the mage hand! One of you tell the mage hand!
I just did! Look!
We're trying to have a moment here, Caragor. Do you know what I mean?
God, he's so... No, honestly, he's like a half-orc on a hot tin roof. Right.
two mage hands just hovering in the air, just expressing to each other as Velda and Bubba have a nice chat.
Let's high five our mate.
Yeah, definitely.
Should we do it together? Let's do it together.
All right. 1, 2, 3.
They put in opposite
We
direction.
put an opposite direction. Yeah.
Yeah.
Spell crit. Switch places. Okay, so you move you cast Mage Hand through the window into the room, and you want to use it to pull the curtain aside.
Just sort of try and pull the curtains, yeah.
Yeah, you pull the curtain aside slightly and have a little look inside. It's dimly lit even by the light because there's no light in there, so it makes it sort of dimly lit, and you can see that there are... It's mostly empty. There are a few boxes with that looks like some belongings on it. There are 5 cots in there, not like children's cots, but like sleeping cots for adults, which have a kind of a faint sort of mildew over them.
Oh dear.
They look like there are people sleeping in them.
Blob people. That's what I think. Do you see what I see, Bubba?
No, the window's a little bit too high for me.
Oh, I see.
I
Right.
lift Bubba up.
Oh yeah, I can see that.
You see those? What do you think, Caragor? You've got good eyes. They look like they're in bed. I don't know. Something wrong with those sheets.
Does my 31 on perception give me anything else?
No, that's what you got.
Do you have to discount light after you cast Mage Hand, James?
Well, the thing is, because I cast Mage Hand using the tiny withered hand that's on a cord around my neck, so it's not technically... I don't know, Dan?
Do you have to spend an action to sustain light, or does light just have a duration?
I think... Let me just have a quick look. I believe Mage Hand... not Mage Hand, sorry, light just continues. But let me... I can tell you right now, it is until the next time you make your daily preparations. Apparently, the duration.
Oh, nice. There you go.
And you can just
it's there.
It's there.
It's there till tomorrow morning. You got a light there.
Casting bright light in a 20-foot radius.
How long does your mage hand last for?
I think just as long as you use it. Let me have a quick check.
Take it over to the body.
Yeah. Can we drag and drop it on the blanket of one of these things and pull it back?
It is sustained. So we can keep it going as long as you want, yeah. We could go and drop something on it. You know?
No, I mean I don't mean that'd be a rude awakening. Actually, pulling someone's cover off is also a rude awakening. Hang on. In interest of consent, Caragor stands back and very loudly goes, "Hello in there, sick people. Just get up and about. If you still want Batsalan to send you a doctor, we just come here to send a message.
Or put your hand up or anything."
There's no reaction from inside the White House.
If there's that sick, then I don't know what kind of... I think we just take a cover off. Come on, man, let's do it.
Yeah, that's what I was doing before we took the cover off. I just wanted to know if they'd react, but yeah, go on.
All right, here we go. So, the range is 20 feet.
That's fine. There's one of the cots quite close to the window.
Okay.
So you reach over, you take a hold of this old mildewy cover. You pull off to reveal the figure underneath, which is just a pile of festering mould, green and blue and furry, just lying in the bottom of the bed as if something large has just rotted down in no time at all. It's staining the mattress.
Oh,
A
that's...
cloud of spores kind of go up as the cover is pulled away.
Oh, well, that's new.
dear,
Look
yeah.
at that. That's...
Definitely
Wait.
don't go in there, guys.
I am so glad none of us went in there.
Yeah.
Yes.
But they turn into blobs, not moss.
Well,
Well,
apparently
that's-
this is a new strain.
Yeah, maybe it reacts in different ways depending on your situation or the amount of mildew in the air or some such. I don't know. We don't know anything about this disease yet. It's it could happen many ways. But these guys are dead.
So did we get a time frame from Wasteland? Does anyone remember when he said these people got sick?
Well, they said that they found the girl in the street, so I'm presuming at the same time that when she was found. Our character, how long ago was that? We were told by...
So they found the girl. He said they found the girl in the street 4 or 5 days ago.
Right.
Oh no, it was a while. He said about a week ago.
About a week
and
ago,
he
that's
said
what I
they got sick a few. They got sick a few days later. They've been in here for 2 days.
Right. That's definitely unnatural. Look at the level of putrefaction and the really rather fascinating sort of spores as they swirl about the room. It's quite interesting, isn't it?
Yeah, I think we should get out of here, though.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, that's probably wise.
No. What are we going to do then? Just go back to him and say, "Oh, sorry, they're all dead."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think that's the best
What-
thing to do. Just tell him that
what
all
was
the
your-
people have turned into spores.
I know, but we need more in our investigation.
It's
we need
true.
another lead, don't we?
Well, we could use some more, spore information.
Spore information.
Spore information, yes. Both. Spore.
Well, I guess let's just go back to Batsalan.
Well, he's
We've
not
got
going to
loads
be
of
there,
other
is he?
people to talk to.
He's not going to be there till tomorrow.
Yeah,
Oh,
so we've
alright.
got
He's going
we've
to
got
bed.
loads of other people to talk to. We don't need to rush into damp trap dungeon and get
Hey.
spores in our
No,
face.
but we should definitely warn about this place.
Okay, let's make a little sign for no. So no, I don't think anyone's coming in anyway because it's quarantined.
Has anyone got any paint?
Any paint?
Yeah.
Why on earth
You-
would anyone
you're a
have
wizard.
any paint?
You're a wizard.
A wizard
Yeah,
doesn't
you're a
carry
wizard,
paint.
Velda.
Why not?
Well,
Could be
Well,
one
'cause
of
I don't
the
have any
materials. Could be one of the materials that you could use for a spell.
paint?
We could
Why,
use like
what kind of a spell uses paint?
Well, what kind of spell uses a fucking rabbit's foot or a fucking tinker's little asshole? I bet.
A tinker's little arsehole? Oh, could you
Don't lie,
divulge to me?
Velda.
Could you divulge to me what arcane wonders are conjured up by a tinker's puckered a-hole?
Come on, Velda. Some spell components are weird, though,
I mean,
aren't
it's
we?
fair,
See,
some-
we've seen you
some-
fiddling about in pouches with dust of indeterminate origin
Well,
and
yeah, but that's
weird.
dust, not anyone's arsehole. I mean, or paint. It's just a bit mundane. I mean,
What if it is
well,
someone's
paint?
asshole, but it's been
I
burned
was
to
just
a
gonna
crisp,
say.
and now it's turned to dust? We don't know.
Well, that's different.
Caragor
That's
points to a window and says, well, I mean, some people, that's their arseholes have actually turned into dust, so...
Well, it's true. It's yes. And actually, I did meet one fellow who swore by powdered dragon's arse, but still, it's
So, do you have any paint?
no. Why don't you have any paint?
I use poo-poo, of course.
Well, then do that. Just paint with the
No,
poo-poo on the
don't-
door.
No,
Go ahead.
let's
No.
not do that.
Just let him do it, okay? Because what the fuck else are we gonna do?
No,
okay?
don't just let him do it!
No,
Don't
come
just
on,
let him
let the-
shit
come
on a
on.
house!
Let him do the thing, man.
No, I got an
He wants to do
idea.
it.
I pull out some shoe cheese and I rub. I put a cross on the window with the shoe cheese.
Oh,
Put a big
oh,
greasy cross on the window.
oh, that smells.
There we go.
Awful.
That should warn anyone off because it's quite pungent.
Oh my goodness! Give me a craft check to try and accurately draw a cross with cheese on the window.
It's gonna
Battlestone.
melt the window.
3.
3. As you're doing it, you put your hand through the window and the glass shatters. Immediately, there is a flurry of activity from within the warehouse. The mouldy slime that is on the bed just kind of suddenly shakes and then just launches itself out of the mattress, smashing through the broken window directly at Fulton as more of them come pouring out the window behind it. And that is where we leave it for tonight.
Fucking believe it.
We were about to leave. We were just about to leave, and then you had to get your fucking shoot cheese out. Once we were going to do it professionally, once we were going to be efficient. One time, Ross!
We totally avoided it. No, we haven't.
You're going to find by yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can do that. It's easy.
This week's episode was made possible by our fabulous patrons, specifically this week, Candice. Candice, what can you say about you? You keep our Discord in line, you pick us up when we're down, and most importantly, you made this kind of weird episode come out into the world. So thank you for that, Candice. If you would like to get your name on the show, it is very simple. You go to patreon.com/Danger Club Podcast. You make a little pledge, and we will say your name here on the show. Thank you, Candice. Thank you, patrons. We'll see you next week.
Recording.
Okay, everyone's recording. We are rolling.
Beautiful. All right. No
Nice.
claps.
Hang on.
Oh
claps.
yeah, we got to clap. We got to do the claps. Don't you worry. I'm getting.
We're so
give me
well
the
trained,
clap,
aren't we? We're
man.
so well trained. We're just like, give us the claps.
Do you know what? I nearly forgot. I don't know if you noticed, but I, honestly,
Mate, you curled it up beautifully.
I'm not going to lie to you. I'm adjusting my mic as well, so this is going to sound horrible. Maybe I'll put this in. Can I get 3?
Of course you're going to put it in.
claps?
As soon as you say, maybe I'll put this in, it means I can't be bothered to edit this. This is staying in.
Well,
That's the code for that.
I still have to sync it up, so actually it's a bit of a pain in the ass. Ross, can I get 3 claps? Scott, can I get 3 claps?